So today what we're going to chat about is the idea that sometimes clients come to us or potential clients and they say, I need some marketing help. ASAP! But really what we need to first do
Nobody's ever used that voice.
is a clarity session. Is that fair?
Yes, I think a clarity session becomes part of the marketing help. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think what your point is oftentimes somebody shows up and they say, I want sales.
Yeah.
And by sales, they mean, so they call it marketing. They're looking to drive more revenue, more sales, as we all are, right? Let's be honest. But really, it's, I don't want to say very quickly, but you end up having a conversation where you recognize that they want more sales, but they don't necessarily know what their goals are or even what they're offering to sell to people.
Yeah. So then we go back to the drawing board a little bit, right?
Sometimes literally. Yeah, absolutely. Like we're lucky we've got the big whiteboard in the boardroom. And oftentimes we say, well, let's do a whiteboard session.
Yeah. So we basically sit down with whoever we're sitting down with, and we basically talk it out. And some clients say it's like a counseling session. It's like therapy, but it's basically to get clarity and to like talk out, what they're, why they started what they started and what they want to do with it and who they want to connect with. And then we just start to write down words and phrases and ideas down on the whiteboard so that we can start to see it kind of come together. Is that?
Yeah, I think it's a little deeper than that. I think it's a lot more about their why than just phrases and things like
that's
that.
fair.
I think we end up really getting into why do you do what you do? Why did you choose to do what you do? It's let's determine the feeling that you get when you are successfully working with a client. Let's determine the idea that the feeling that you get or the feeling that a customer has when they come to you. What do they feel like before they come to you? Things like that. I think it's more than just words and phrases. I mean,
Yeah.
that's branding, and that's certainly something that we do. But I think it's a lot more than that sometimes.
And why do you think it's important to do that?
I don't know how you can possibly sell or promote or communicate whatever it is you're doing without understanding it yourself. And I think what happens a lot of the time is for people when they're in their day-to-day, you can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
You get caught in all the details of your day-to-day, and it feels like you run on that treadmill and you're exhausted because you've run 10 miles, but you're in the same spot. Pulling back a little bit and kind of getting into why you started and why you do what you do, really hopefully gives you a little clarity on what it is. And a lot of times it's not us that provides the answer to them.
Yeah.
It's halfway through the session they go, oh, okay, I got it now. And they kind of start running on their own, and then we become like we're pushing them, right? It's like a kid riding a bike for the first time, where you let go of the handlebars or you let go of the back of the seat, and away they go on their own that way.
And I think it's just verbalizing what has been like deep, in their core selves, and it's just actually putting some words, like pulling the words out.
Absolutely, yeah. It's you kind of see the light. The whiteboard session, I find oftentimes turns the light back on,
Yeah.
gets them excited again about what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you flip that switch, and all of a sudden they're super interested in what they do again, right? Because a lot of the times when you come to somebody else for help, it sounds obvious, but you're asking for help because you're stuck. You're stuck somewhere in your own business, right?
Yeah. And it can be lonely if you're doing it on your own.
Being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is super lonely. You're everything, right? It's the old chief cook and bottle washer. Like you do everything in your business. Sometimes it's great just to have the conversation, for sure.
So what if somebody was doing this on their own and needed that push, or needed to kind of just get ideas pushed out, or get their why, out of their bodies? What would you say to them?
So what always happens to that end, so I say, why do you do what you do? Or tell me about your business is often where we start, right? Tell me about your business. And every person, almost to a fault, starts telling us what they sell, what their product is. So we would say, well, we help people with social media, and we do websites, and we do a little bit of graphic design, a little bit of branding. We do stuff like that. But that's not our business. Our business is
providing clarity and confidence in your messaging.
Right. And that was a test because I wasn't sure if you get it or not. But yeah, but that clarity and confidence is why we do what we do. That's where we get pleasure from working with people. That's why we have the business. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
So what would I say to people? I would say, stop telling me what you sell. Stop telling me even why I need what you sell. Start telling me why you do it. Start really communicating what gets you excited. What gets you out of bed in the morning. It's not a paycheck, but what gets you out of bed? What makes you excited about going to work, going to the office on that Monday morning?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay, so that sounds good. I think it's good advice, and I think it's just kind of pulling that out and getting centered again.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.